Now playing in tonight's edition of On Air Visual Radio Drama Series. You are about to listen to a beautiful play called Chosi Ntsomi, written by Koleka, Putuma. Beautiful direction by Balindile Ngcobo, performed Katlego, Letsholonyane, Tshegofatso, Mabutla, Jaques, Silva, Micca, Manganye, Daniel, Stompie, Selibe. Ladies and gentlemen, proudly presented for your evening delectation by the Center for the Less Good Idea. Please enjoy.
Chosi Ntsomi. Pakisha. Ready? Okay.
Instomi.
Intoni.
Instomi.
Instomi.
Intoni.
Instomi.
Instomi.
Intoni.
Instomi.
Instomi.
Intoni.
Kapila.
Okay.
Ha. Ha. Ha.
Instomi. Intoni. Instomi. Instomi.
Intoni.
Instomi.
Instomi. Intoni. Wow. I'm not playing with you anymore. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much
everyone,
for tuning in.
And welcome back to my channel.
Here,
if you are new here, you are in for the time of your life. Okay,
family.
please make sure to subscribe and comment and like and
thank you for
share.
joining me once again.
For my returning subscribers,
the support.
I don't know, like
new to this platform,
everything about this room is just giving me a lot of
like the
I don't know,
darling.
nostalgia. Because I mean, I haven't done a mukbang in so long. But welcome back for another mukbang and confession session. So
let's get straight.
Anybody who doesn't know
it.
what a confession session is, please.
So this story happened.
check it out.
I don't think it's like a while back. So anyway, so if you know me, I am not necessarily into like the Eastern Cape girls, but so anyway,
we are going to tell you a story. A story about how stories began. Once, a long, long, long time ago, or as the Tamilda elders say, in that only place where there was and there was not.
Before heroes and villains, before romance and tragedy.
Before Atlas and Heracles tricked the other into holding up the sky. Before Zeus and Agamemnon.
In the first of times, before beasts spoke and people were silent.
Before they crowded grasslands, deserts, the depths of the ocean.
Before gods made enemies with other gods, and servants were pitted against each other.
Before monarchies and hierarchies of power. Before deception.
Before wars waged in the name of civilization and self-defense.
Before the Stone Age turned into high-rise buildings. Before histories were gentrified out of neighborhoods. Before the Lugaroo became your neighbor.
Before the greedy and the cunning became our leaders. Before the spider announced mastered his trickery.
Before
having been said and said and said.
Before Coyote stole fire from the spirits in order to give it to mankind. Before yawns were told to test the gullibility of newcomers. Before Tiddlink drank all the water. Before a lone wolf disguised as a grandmother preyed on a little girl in a red cape. Before we were convinced that it was a wolf or that the cape was red.
It could have been magenta.
Before the lion and the mouse, the tortoise and the hare, before the fox and the crow, Bugs Bunny and the Rugrats, before Gundi and Mazui, before Takalani Sesame glued our eyes to the goggle box, before pigeons carried messages from there to here, before spies and informants, before Judas. Before MySpace became our space, before filters, before AI became the middleman, before the internet spun us into a web of entitlement, before the video killed the radio star, before Snapchat condensed the attention span, before Joe Banker was a place where you could purchase currency.
Trade Post was a market where you could spend your moolah. Before TikTok suspended time. Making trends trend faster than. Before paying your TV license was mandatory. Before DSTV mounted on your wall roof was a sign of
Money, honey.
Before networks, before streaming, before wireless connections. Before telepathy, before telegraphy, before Alexander Graham Bell became a household name.
Before the letterpress.
Before cartoons became a tool for propaganda.
Before gossip carried half-truths and the news embellished lies.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Before your great and your grand gathered around the fire.
There is a story of how stories came to be. It is as long as time, as ancient as you and I. There is another way to begin a story. We say, Tim Tim,
Boashesh.
Look and see if there is something in your mouth.
Based on a true story. Soweto, South Africa, 5 May 2023. A salon. Character A, shoulder-length hair, bright purple lipstick, dressed in a multicolored kimono and black sandals, sits at the nail bar with his hands stretched towards the nail practitioner. Character B, sitting underneath a dryer, reading the Daily Sun newspaper. Character C, nail practitioner. Character D, salon employee. The atmosphere is busy but not chaotic. Telephone ringing, blow dryer, newspaper flipping, gum chewing and popping, etc. The Daily Sun newspaper headline reads, "Brutal murder of 2 boys believed to be for Muti, says the police." Yo. Bari, it's a Muti what?
And then Ubentin?
He says he was somewhere else.
White City is not a place for children.
It's not a place for anyone.
Mass grave.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah?
Mass grave.
Oh. On top of Zamazamas, they load what?
On top of Cupcake's economy, Kuningi. 5 years old.
Sana. Buloi.
And then it continues. The families reported them missing that night.
The lover of Umakulu to be part of the search team.
They always are.
Boloyi.com.
It says they found the first child at 6:30 in White City. Second child, who would have turned 6 in 2 months, was found in Rockville half an hour later.
Noses cut off.
Throats slit.
Pipi kuku, alles gone.
Yeah.
Sis and Jane.
Yeah.
Banani on sana.
Yo. The neighbors won't talk.
Nobody ever talks.
Are 5 years old.
Yo, I mean, boy, toch, man. That woman and her Bentin can't go back there. Really, the community's gonna...
Sana, police should take them into custody for their own safety because...
And I was telling them all the time.
Ay, you're not the... Can someone answer the bloody phone, man?
Okay.
They wouldn't work.
Lady dyes, hair, wigs, extension, nails, and beauty salon one inside East London. Hello.
A client approaches a healer who orders a third person to collect body parts.
The hand in the shop's doorway supposedly attracts customers.
The you-know-what apparently enhances fertility.
Parts severed from live victims are most potent because their screams awaken supernatural powers. Parts from children are considered especially strong. Ooh, where am I?
Yes, my darling. Yes, darling. Okay.
Allegedly, last year, a man was arrested in Krugersdorp after selling a kidney at 35,000.
Huh?
35,000.
Yeah, I'd sell my kidney for 35,000.
Okay, my baby. Okay, sharp, sweetheart.
You? I mean, who needs a kidney?
I'm sorry, who's selling a kidney?
Everyone these days. I heard last year a journalist posing as a buyer at a traditional medicine market in Joburg offered a human brain, an eye, and kneecaps for 50,000. Huh?
Woo.
Imagine.
Did someone buy it?
Eh?
Did someone buy it?
If she was there selling it, it means there is someone to buy it, no?
She was there undercover for a story, man.
Oh, was she?
Wink,
wink.
Really, Micca, someone please answer the bloody phone!
Okay. Lady, there's a hair, wigs, extension, nails, and beauty salon money inside this London. Hello. Yeah.
The mother of the child went to the home of his friend who also went missing. That is when both families went to the Morocco police station to open the missing person case.
50,000 rand. Okay, my darling. Yes.
Man, it can't be that no one saw or heard anything.
Yes. Okay. Okay, sharp, sweetheart. Bye.
Again in the morning, they went to search. And while they were at Thokoza Park, their mother received a call to come to this passage near their home, Nogal. And indeed, it was him and the friend, wrapped in plastic bags and blankets.
Based on true reporting,
the number of journalists killed by ISRA forces are staggering. There's no shortage of evidence that they are being targeted.
Beep. Looking for beachfront property in Ra.
it's not the real developers that have been posting their post-war plans of a new luxury settlement online.
And evangelicals in America.
Christian Zionist broadcast networks that have faith in is not real have begun their propaganda.
As a program about the global news media, we have covered assaults on press freedom by governments around the world for more than a decade and a half now. Never in that time have we witnessed a war on journalists like the one in Is Not Real is waging right now in Ra. So, listen. I'm in the kitchen this morning having my matcha, and it hits me. Smack, bam, lights on, bing! Preset. The audience comes into the theater smelling impepo. Most, if not all, award-winning productions start with a preset doused in impepo. If not during preset, then at some point. It's the director's way of establishing the production's gravitas, foreshadowing its spiritual complexities that some may or may not get. Stage left, traffic light keeps flickering. You can hear the sound of a newborn baby crying backstage. The audience slowly comes in. Some settle instantly, paying attention to the clues, the mise en scène, as they call it. Then, blackout. Maybe a bit soon for a blackout, but let's go with the unconventional for now. Then, a floor light slowly fades up. An old woman wearing a South African flag crosses the stage and throws confetti in the air. Beat, beat. A moment of silence. An audience member shifts in their chair. An audience member shifts in their chair. It's a theatric critic. The director knows because they shift forward and flick their pen on their notepad like they are important or something. An actor spontaneously ululates from the audience. The audience is surprised pleasantly. The actor, seated in the audience, exits through the front of house door. A mystery. Blackout. Lights slowly fade up on two sheep being caressed by a biracial, non-binary hipster in their mid-20s. It will later be revealed why the identity specificity here is important. By later, I mean after the show or in the interview when the director breaks down the symbolic meanings of the choices in their work. We hear Ice Spice's Deli blast through the speaker. Grah, grah. She a baddie, she showing her panty. She shaking like jelly. Honey Bears and Chanel. Grah, grah. She a baddie, she showing her panty. She shaking like jelly. Honey Bears and Chanel. Grah, grah, The music slowly fades up to an unbearable volume. The audience is unnerved in a good way. They will go home and ponder the meaning of this. The director is pleased with watching the discomfort from the back row. This is impact. After several beats, the stage is washed in a blue state. In this state, a half-naked man wearing only a G-string, high heels, and a bib appears. He is holding a plate containing what seems to be impepo, or some fresh incense. The audience makes the connection. The director is pleased, even more than before. House lights come on. An interval. During the interval, the audience receives a cracker and sip of grape juice. When re-entering the theater for the second half, the audience walks into a group of black male actors dressed in loincloths. They are chanting an isiXhosa spiritual hymn in French. An audience member walks out. The director is pleased. Her work is disturbing, as true art should be. The men leave the stage, revealing a young girl in a tutu and swimsuit. She is chewing furiously on a piece of paper. Her face is half masked. She sits staring at the audience for 15 minutes, challenging them, shaking them out of their complacency. A woman in a corset and Swarovski underwear appears carrying a spear and reading a chapter from Audre Lorde's "The Master's Tool Will Never Dismantle the Master's House." Blackout. The sound of rain and thunder. Light slowly fades up. A brief flutter across the stage and into a wall. Whoopi Goldberg is saying,
"Our father must be happy from wherever he is. You kids are just beautiful."
It's blasted through the speakers, and then dead silence. A few mms from the audience. The director clutches her chest. That was heavy, even for her. The sound of a dog barking off stage. A tennis ball slowly rolls across stage. A voice-over from Jacob Zuma comes on. It is not clear what he is saying.
I'm the 1,000, 200, 500,000, a million, thousand.
A purple spotlight on a glass of water, center stage. The instrumental version of Della Rey comes on softly in the background. Silence. Beat, beat, beat. The audience waits in anticipation. The man in the G-string appears again. Two women walk out of the theater. The director knows who they are, fuck them. The Tony Award adjudicators are still in the theater, so fuck them. The sound of the dog barking continues. Then it sounds like multiple dogs barking. A group of women walking animals walk onto stage barking, some growling, others whimpering. Then another woman comes on stage with a mirror. She stares deeply into it as the lights slowly fade to black, the barking continuing in the dark. Beat, beat, then silence. Someone in the audience whispers, beat. The audience is asked to join the company and director for a Q&A. The first question is not really a question, but a remark from one of the most respected theater veterans in town. He says,
Yo, guys, I'm touched. First I want to say thank you so much. Like in the 25 years I've been in this industry, this is the most cutting edge piece of theater I have ever seen. Thank you so much. And that was Chosi Ntsomi, beautiful play written by Koleka Putuma. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have 2 more radio plays to go. Thank you so much.